Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through a couple of errors that you might find as you are working with text wraps. Everything in the module has been explained to you guys pretty clearly, but some of these things right here that I'm going to be showing you are kind of nuisance issues that students often bring up to us and say, why does this stuff keep happening? What am I doing wrong? So first things first, you remember that in order to apply a text wrap, you must click the object that you are wanting to wrap the text to. I like to tell people, select the object that you want the text to move away from, and that's the general rule of thumb of how you would want to apply a text wrap. But right now, I also have a text wrap applied to this text, right? If you notice that I have a text box that is creating a text wrap. So we'll touch this one in just a few minutes, but if you're looking at that saying, well, how did you do that? What did you do? Pretty simple, pretty easy. But first and foremost, if your text looks like this, meaning the text is just barely not touching the edge of your circle or your square, whatever you're wrapping to, you're going to want to go through and increase your offset, okay? So the offset itself, if I increase this offset, I like to say right around 0.125 to 0.25 is about the sweet spot as far as where I start my text wraps. If I move this around, then this gives me some pretty funky things that I want to avoid, okay? A circle is a difficult thing to wrap with. I like to say that circles should kind of inject themselves into and push the text around like this, but not be the feature that breaks text and causes it to be the center point of a column, okay? It gives you all sorts of weird alignment issues that you really can't fix. So I put this between two columns because I felt like it looked kind of cool. And the next thing that you might find is that because this has a text wrap on it, and this is text, which also has a text wrap on it, if I place this on top of the image, it removes it, right? So to solve that, I right click and I go to text frame options right here. And let's move this out of the way so you guys can see it. And I tell this text right here to ignore any text wraps that have been applied around it. And now my text inside this box will creep over the top of that image that has a text wrap applied to it. So you can kind of get some cool styling features with stuff like this. And then let's just kind of, increase some of this and kind of make this look nice. So yeah, so you guys can have some fun with this. You guys can kind of mess around with some layout skills. But this should help you guys with a couple of common errors. We want to be looking for those alignment issues that when we place weird shaped objects inside of a column of text, they create things like this. When the text gets too close, this is not ideal. And then, of course, what we just went through with ignoring text wrap in order to make sure that you can overlay text over top of an image that has a text wrap on it. All right? Feel free to reach out if you guys have any questions. I'll be happy to help.